And this is Lala Madness. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Fierce Review. And you know where to follow me at YouTube. All of my videos are there at Lala Madness. Also, Twitter, SoundCloud, Instagram, and also Facebook, Lala Madness. So, this episode actually will be quite interesting. It involves the 2019 college admissions bribery scandal. So, we're going to get into a little bit more about what that is and also all of the juicy details up until now as far as what is going on, because there's more developments and things that are supposed to be coming this week, and so we'll get into the details, aka the tea of the scenario. Okay. Now, the 2019 college admissions bribery scandal is a conspiracy to influence student college admissions decisions, as several prominent American research universities disclosed on March 12, 2019, by the United States federal prosecutors, with at least 50 people, 50, alleged to have been part of it. A number of parents of college applicants are accused of paying more than, get this people, 25 million, not thousand, not 250,000, not 2.2 million, but $25 million between 2011 and 2018. They got a little change. So, to a man by the name of William Rick Singer. Now, a college admissions counselor and organizer of the scheme who used part of the money to fraudulently inflate students' test scores and to bribe college officials. Now, Singer controlled the two firms involved in the scheme, Key Worldwide Foundation and the Edge College and Career Network, which is also known as the Key. Now, he pleaded guilty as well as he supported the Federal Bureau of Investigations, or the FBI, in gathering incriminating evidence against co-conspirators. Now, he said he worked with more than 750 families to facilitate college admissions. 750 families. So you take that by the 25 million, I guess that's where you kind of factor it in at. But get this, it gets even juicier. Now, he was bribing exam administrators to facilitate cheating on college and university entrance exams as well. And Singer primarily used two fraudulent techniques to help clients' children gain admissions to elite universities: cheating on college entrance exams and fabrication of elite sports credentials. So whether they try to get in on the academic end or due to sports, they were all fraudulently made up, from test scores on down to the credentials of the sports athletes. Interesting. And we shall continue. Now, he used a charitable organization to conceal the source and nature of laundered bribery payments. Okay. Now, court documents unsealed in 2019 detail a scheme led by William Rick Singer, a 58-year-old resident of Newport Beach, California. Wealthy parents paid Singer to illegally arrange to have their children admitted to elite schools by bribing admission testing officials, athletic staff, and coaches at universities. He went there. He had that long money to do that with, that $250 million that he collected over their ass for a period of time. Okay. Now, payments were made to Key Worldwide Foundation, a nonprofit organization owned by Singer and previously granted a 501c3 status. A nonprofit status, for those that are unaware of a 501c3. They were operating as a nonprofit, just so that we're clear. That status allowed him to avoid federal income taxes on the payments, while parents could deduct their donations from their own tax purposes. So basically, they're getting it done for free. So they won't have to pay. So the man, Rick Singer, won't have to pay. Rick was his middle name, right? William Rick Singer won't have to pay any taxes on the money that he's actually collecting from the people, because he's collecting it under the 501c3, which we know those type of corporations or entities do not pay taxes. Go figure. Those will be your churches, your foundations, things of that nature. Okay. Now, They also, now the parents as well were able, so it was like a double dip situation as well, and the government hate that shit. So you not paying taxes on the money that you getting. This what? How many million? 25 million that you got. You ain't paying no taxes on it. On top of that, the parents, when they donated to him or pay him for this fraudulent activity, they then are getting a tax deduction for it, which means they get all that money back, if not up to the maximum that is allowed for them to receive back for donating to a charitable organization. Smart thinking, smart cookie. However, y'all off the chain for this. Mr. Singer, child. I bet he told him to do that shit, and he probably told him exactly how to do it. I'm sure, because there's no possible way that he couldn't have. Because he knows how to run his business. And the parents also participated in it because they knew what the hell was going on. Now, they say some of the kids did and some of the kids didn't. So you can't really be too sure on what the in-depth, what the kids knew about it as far as the total scheme. But the parents definitely knew what the hell was going on because they were paying for it. So that's acknowledgement right there. The case is like a slam dunk. They all fucking going to jail, catching some restitution and all that shit. So now, Singer offered college counseling service as the Edge College and Career Network, a limited or a LLC or limited liability corporation, which is registered in 2012, which he operated out of his home in Newport Beach. So now Singer worked with psychologists to complete the detailed paperwork required to falsely certify clients' children as having a learning disability, giving them access to accommodations such as extra time while taking the test. That he went all the way. You pay for his services, baby. You was getting the full package. He gonna falsify your test scores, make sure you have extra long to take your test, and then there's more, cause he still was with the shit. This ain't, child, we not gonna make this a black or white thing, cause y'all be talking about we be doing crime. No, see, yeah, he with the shit. He ain't about to go to jail for no $10. He not about to go steal no pack of hot dogs and no pack of meat up out of the Kroger or the grocery store or nothing. No. He gonna get 25 million if he gonna do some time. I heard the hell out of that. That's what's happening here, clearly. Because this is what he set up. He did this. He went and set up the corporations willingly and knowingly, funneled this money in and out of them shits, had one company doing something. Child, he knew what the hell he was doing. Now, Singer said that he could get falsified disability reports from psychologists for $4,000 to $5,000, and that the report could be reused to fraudulently obtain similar benefits at the schools. So, of course, usually one piece of paper that's used for one thing medically or in a certain system can also be used to cross over and be used in other systems or for other services. So he's saying we're going to max it out and use it for this, and that. Like everything that it can be used for, they're going to use it for, and it's not going to be no need to just pay $4,000 or $5,000 for one piece of paper that we're not going to use over and over again for multiple services, is what he's saying. Okay. Now, in some cases, the students was involved directly in the fraud, like I mentioned, and in other cases, the fraud was kept secret from the student, and corrupt proctors altered tests on their behalf after the fact. So sometimes the student may have failed what they're saying, and then they will come back and alter the test saying that they passed, or alter the test saying that they got a immaculate score, and then they fucking IQ is a 17. That's what they saying. Like back in the day, I know in the 80s, like I'm an 80s baby. So back in the day, early 80s though, not down at the, anyway. So back in the day, there were kids in my class all the way from middle school, high school, everything. They could not read. They couldn't even, don't even give them the paragraph to read during class, because we're going to be here all fucking class period. Them people, they exist. And some of them were athletes, and they were getting passed through each class, through each subject, based on the fact that they needed them to pass for whatever scholarship, or, oh, this going to mess me up and blah, blah, blah. No, what's going to mess you up is that your ass ain't passing this class academically, and you ain't going to know what the hell you need to know to proceed on for the next year. That's what's happening. but they was passing them. Go figure. And they wasn't even getting paid for it. These was regular old high school kids, but it was happening back in the day. So now they basically paying to do it. Okay. Now, in some cases, other people posed as the students to take the test. So Mark Riddle, a Harvard alumnus and college admissions exam preparation director at IMG Academy, was one of the stand-in test takers. He agreed to plead guilty and cooperate with investigators. Now, prosecutors claim that he was paid $10,000 per test that he took, and he faces 2 criminal charges for conspiracy to commit mail fraud and money laundering. Now, Riddle did not have advanced access to the test papers, but was described as just a really smart guy. So he could basically, being that he was a college admissions exam preparation director, he knew exactly what the hell was on the majority of them tests, I'm sure. He was teaching people how to prepare for them. So you pay him $10,000 to go take a test. So wait, they got the fake ID, they got the this and that. They went through a whole elaborate situation to do that. If he pretended to be one of the people taking the test. I mean, he had to. They asked for your ID and everything. I've taken state tests before. Yes, they did. So I'm sure they do the same thing at the college. You got to have a student number or something. Something got to happen. Okay. Now 50 people are being indicated on this bribe, and so far 11 universities. Or maybe they could just log in. I don't know. But they were proctored exams, so he had to actually go there. But if the guy ran the proctored places, which they mentioned earlier, then he might. I don't know, child. Somebody had some scheming going on. Clearly they did. But anywho. Now 50 people are being indicted on this bribe, and so far 11 universities are included. And we're going to tell you what those universities are, because I went and found out, because, I can't give you half the story. I got to give you the whole thing. So, that will be Georgetown University, Harvard University. Yes, Harvard, honey. Been paid, boo. Did you pay for your degree if you got it from Harvard? Or did you earn your degree? Now you got to ask people. Because, that's prestigious, Chad. Oh, but we have more prestigious coming along the list. Northwestern University, Stanford University. Everybody wants to go to Stanford. UC Berkeley. I grew up in Oakland, so UC Berkeley is right next door. Oakland and Berkeley are next door, neighboring cities. So UC Berkeley is very popular. You don't realize how popular it is until you grow up, get grown, move away, and realize everyone in the country thinks that that's the best place to be. However, you also have UCLA, University of San Diego, University of Southern California, USC. You have University of Texas at Austin. You have Wake Forest University, Yale University. Yale, y'all already got stuff going on where y'all raping folks and stuff. Y'all have all these rape allegations, allegedly, of all this stuff that's going on up there. So, y'all can't really afford to be doing nothing else. For real, Yale. I'm going to need you to tighten up, okay? Now, there are 34 parents, including Maury Tobin, Tobin. Now, Lori Loughlin and her husband, Massimo Gianelli, are accused of paying bribes up to $500,000. She's losing right now, clearly. Because of this scandal, she's lost her marquee star status, in Hollywood at Hallmark Channel's film and television show, and her recurring role on Netflix's Fuller House. So, Full House came out with a Fuller House, which is like a reboot of Full House on Netflix. And she plays Aunt Becky. So they pulled both of those. And she'll be appearing this week in court. And so I'll keep you posted and updated on what's happening with Miss Lori Loughlin, who, she is one of the many people, along with what he said, 750 students that he's assisted in getting into schools over the time. 50 people as of right now, 35 are parents of the 50 that we know, and I'm sure the list is going to grow as the investigation grows. As of right now, the 50, that's probably the other 15 are people that have helped facilitate the situation, but it's got to be more than that, because if it's 35 parents, you got 50. You have a lot of the people that are probably staff at these universities. And if I named, how many universities did I name? 11. Of the 11 universities that I named so far is what we know. I'm sure that there had to be staff at each university, which is not going to add up with the 35 and the 50. So I'm sure like it's more than the 50. That's what they telling us right now. The investigation will get deeper. They just gonna test our shock factor, I guess, and see how we feel about it, how we rolling with it before they just come out with the full gusto. Cause this shit about to get deep, because you're not about to just publicly put out there that you done been finagling all these schools because they don't like to be embarrassed. You done ran the scheme on them in front of their face, and all them old public taxpayer funds running through there. And we in a deficit right now. Is y'all playing? But somebody got $25 million out the deal. So they're going to be mad at his ass. Because believe some of them federal funds that, Pell Grant and all that other shit. But some of them, since they that rich, they probably don't qualify for the Pell Grant. But believe they use some kind of student loans, federal funds, something up in there that we didn't all pay for, including them. But then again, they use that tax donation that they had reversed back through, that we talked about earlier. Yeah, so then they got some of that back from making so much money because they pay for that. Child, these folks just cycle it around, boo, and get it back. And they did. So go figure. All right. And we will see what happens with this investigation, honey, because it is juicy. And these people ought to be shamed paying for these kids to get in school. Now, I guess you have to pay tuition. Maybe they misunderstood. You pay a tuition to get in on a yearly basis, and whether that be for room and board, the meal plan, whatever you do. But y'all took that a step further. Y'all pay for the whole shebang, like the whole total inclusive package. Like, we will get you in, make sure you get in, bribe people to get you in, pay for you to get in. We give you some test scores, build you an athletic, little portfolio and things, and you ain't ran on nobody's track field. These people is something, getting disability to take the test longer, using people to go ahead and take the test for you. They came up with a whole, I gotta dig deeper because now I want to know, how did this even come out? Who the fuck told? Who busted everybody out? And just because they done killed everybody, this is dead. The whole situation. This is just a reason to fuck up them tax funds, the funds for the schools, because now, who told them to go and get caught doing this? And you done made $25 million. You didn't stop when you made a few million and have a whole seat. No, you kept going for years and years and years. What? From 2011 all the way to like fucking 2 years ago or some shit, a year ago. What's wrong with you? People be greedy. You supposed to get in and get out. I'm not saying that people should go out and commit crimes. No, I'm not. But some people just gonna naturally commit them shits. So for those that's gonna commit it, why? You tell me. Would you go out and just keep doing it, keep doing it? Is it like an addiction or something where you keep going and you can't stop and you do that, okay, one last job? Every movie I done seen, the one last job is where you get fucked up at. Oh, I'm gonna go do one last job. Yeah, and now you fucked up. Because now that's where it go wrong. Somebody gonna die. You don't even get the money. Now you all... Everything is messed up. And your partner then probably tried to kill your ass all along the way for them funds that y'all all went to go get together. Oh, it goes down at the last final job. Believe that. So at the end of the day, I mean, who told y'all to keep going? Making all these damn corporations, getting all these millions. You better work. But I ain't stopping you from getting your coins, boo. But I'm just saying, maybe you should have stopped because they start peeping. The feds was watching. That's what happened. I think so. But I'm going to go find out exactly what happened. And I will give y'all an update to this because there will be an update because old girl has to go to court this week. So I will be keeping up with providing you with an update on both of those things once we come back to this story. So watch out for future episodes. And also, once again, this is Lala Madness. And thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Fierce Review. And follow me on all social media platforms, including watching my other videos on YouTube at Lala Madness. Mwah.